Okay, guys, it's time to improve your English vocabulary with a short story called The Secret Valley. Bethany was a young explorer. She loved finding new places that other people had never seen. One cold morning, she woke up early and looked out her window. The hills were misty and gray, and the air smelled like moist soil. She opened her laptop to check her emails for the day. An email appeared from her old friend, Professor Johnson. It said, "I found something amazing. I hope you can meet me at the big oak tree by the river at 1 o'clock today. But please don't tell anyone about this." Bethany felt excited. At 12:45, she put on her boots, grabbed her bag, and walked quickly to the river. The professor was already there, standing next to the tall oak tree. He was an old man with white hair and kind, squinty eyes. He smiled when he saw her. "Bethany, I'm so glad you came," he said. "Yes, I was curious about your email," she said. "Your message sounded very serious and intriguing." "It is serious," he said quietly. "I've found a secret valley, and I don't think anyone else knows about it. But I need your help getting there." Bethany looked at him carefully. "Wow, is it safe?" "I believe so," he said. "But we must follow a careful procedure. There are old paths that are dangerous if you don't know them. We must go step by step." Bethany agreed. She trusted the professor. So they packed food and water and began walking into the hills. After 2 hours, the trees became thicker and the air became cool. The mist had condensed onto the fir branches, forming little droplets that fell to the ground. Bethany could hear birds singing somewhere above her, but she could not see them. "How much farther?" she asked. "Not far," said the professor. "We need to travel a little more to the east. There's a safer route through the rocks, I believe." They turned east and walked along a narrow, rocky path. The ground was rough under Bethany's boots. She touched the cold stone wall beside her and felt how old it was. Then suddenly, the fog cleared. In front of them was a beautiful valley. It was green and full of flowers. A small river ran through the middle, and tall trees stood on every side. The air smelled like wild flowers. "It's real," Bethany said. "Yes," said the professor, "and look at those flowers. The bees here collect nectar from plants that don't grow anywhere else in the world. So in other words, some of these wildflowers are endemic to this valley." Bethany walked slowly into the valley. Everything was so colorful and fresh. They set up a small picnic near the river. The professor had brought food for a simple meal. He laid everything out carefully on a flat rock covered with lichens. "This is not exactly fine dining," he laughed, "but it's enough." Bethany smiled. "I think eating here, in this special place, makes it the best meal I've ever had." They ate bread, cheese, and dried fruit. The food tasted simple but good. Bethany thought that even the most expensive cuisine in any city could not feel as special as this. After eating, the professor became more serious. "Bethany, I brought you here because I need help. I want to study this valley, but I cannot do it alone. I also need to know if it is possible to protect it. If the wrong people find this place, they could damage it." "That would be terrible. What do you need me to do?" Bethany asked. "I need you to help me write a report for the Nature Protection Council," he said. "If they agree, then they can make this valley a protected area. It's a rare privilege to discover a place like this. We must not let it get ruined." Bethany nodded. "Yes, I will help you. We can start collecting information today." They spent the rest of the day walking through the valley, writing notes, and taking photographs with their cell phones. Bethany recorded the types of flowers, the sounds of the birds, and the color of the water. It was a gem of a place. The professor measured the trees and took soil samples. As the sun began to go down, the sky turned orange and pink above the valley. The air finally felt a little warm. "I think we have everything we need," said Bethany, looking at her notes. "Yes," said the professor happily. "With this information, the report will be strong." They walked back through the hills as the stars came out above them. Bethany felt tired but very happy. 3 weeks later, Bethany and the professor stood in front of the Nature Protection Council. They presented their report clearly and carefully. The council asked many questions, and Bethany answered all of them knowledgeably. At the end, the head of the council smiled. "This is excellent work," she said. "We agree. The valley will be protected." The professor looked at Bethany with excitement. "We did it," he said. "Yes, we did," she said. Outside, the sun was shining. Bethany thought about the foggy morning when she had first read the professor's message. She thought about the secret valley, the sweet smell of the flowers, and the sound of the stream. She knew that the valley was safe now, and she knew that this was only the beginning of her next adventure.